Zellem had a very significant role in Afghanistan, in Kabul. He was essentially my representative in President Karzai's operational center in the Afghan palace complex. And he had a team of Americans and other coalition members who helped him ensure that there were very clear and open communications, especially during a potential crisis. So he was a significant player, and he did his job very, very well. He was very professional. He was one of the so-called Afghan hands. He spoke Dari. He had an affinity for Afghanistan and the Afghans. They liked him. He liked them. You can't fake this at a certain point in time. And so the relationship there was very important. And it was one on which we relied very heavily, on which I relied very heavily, especially when there were moments, again, of potential friction, of potential crisis with the Afghan government. And that you have those in any kind of endeavor, such as we were carrying out in Afghanistan. And he then, somewhere along the line, got captivated by Proverbs in a society that is very given to Proverbs. As are many in that region. And indeed, if we think about it, we have the same. Don't tread on me, speak softly, but carry a big stick. I mean, there's numerous of these that are out there that are our equivalent, if you will, of what Afghanistan terms Proverbs. And so he started collecting them, and then he said he thought he might put together a booklet of them. And then he got funding from the Agency for International Development. It's quite modest. I mean, this is the equivalent of self-publication initially. And I wrote a foreword for that, which talked about the significance, the role that Proverbs play in Afghan society and culture. And indeed, I started taking Proverbs from the book myself and using them in various speeches that I might make and meetings that I might have. And indeed in the final remarks that I made after relinquishing command in the summer of 2011 in Afghanistan. So I found these very, very, very powerful. And then frankly, I found them intriguing and interesting because these proverbs captured what was important to Afghans, and it codifies in a way their conception of themselves, again, as strong, tough, resilient, determined men of the mountain, men of the Hindu Kush.